Hello. Today, I want to share with you just a short practice for those days when you feel like you're just going from thing to thing to thing and you just need a minute to keep your sanity. So, the practice is a little bit longer than a minute, a short 10-minute practice, but I hope it leaves you feeling like you got a full hour or um, whatever is your magic amount of time to feel rested and rejuvenated and renewed. So to start, we'll just take a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting up on a folded blanket to elevate my hips. And then I'm just going to rest my hands on my thighs. I'm going to inhale, lift the crown of my head toward the ceiling, and exhale, soften the shoulders towards the floor. So you can close your eyes, or if that doesn't feel right, you can just focus your gaze on the floor in front of you. We want to start to rein our senses inward. So our attention and our focus is often pulled outward through our senses, something we see or something we hear. So start to rein in your sense of sight by either closing your eyes or focusing your gaze on the floor. And then as you take the next deep, big inhale, bring your attention to where you feel your torso expanding, and exhale, sigh it out your mouth like you're trying to fog up a mirror. And notice that breath, that deep, rich breath that you can hear, but you can also feel in the back of your throat. You can do that one more time. Inhale. Notice where the chest is expanding, if the back body is expanding, if you feel the breath in your low belly, and exhale, sigh it out the mouth like you're trying to fog up that mirror. So that breath we want to stick with, but we want to start to bring it in and out through the nose, but see if you can keep with that sense of that breath, making that ha sound, that deep, rich quality. And inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And this time, let your exhale be really full so that you're forcing all the air out, contracting the abdomen to get really empty. So that next inhale is really full and fresh and hopefully a little energizing. And then on the next breath, as you exhale and you're working to get empty, start to lean into that natural pause at the end of the exhale before the inhale has to happen. You're not holding your breath. You're just leaning into the pause. So sometimes we can connect the idea of space, whether it's physical space around us or space in our day, with stillness and quiet. And really, that's what the mind is seeking. So leaning into those exhales where everything gets still and quiet. On the next inhale, take your arms wide out to the side, up and overhead, as if you could gather in all of the space that you need. And on the exhale, bring the hands to prayer right in front of the heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach wide, gather in all the space, the quiet, the peace, the strength, and wisdom the universe has to offer, and bring it right to your heart center. Last time, deep inhale here. Spread the back body as you stretch the arms out to the side, up and overhead. And as you exhale and draw the hands down to your heart center, soften the shoulders down. Maybe the front ribs even soften down so the back body expands. And then adding on this time, inhale the arms out to the side, up and overhead. And this time we'll side bend. So left hand down, right hand overhead. Inhale here, get long from fingertips to the outer right hip. And then exhale, push the floor away, come up through center. And then we switch sides. Inhale, side bending over to the right. Left hand overhead. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, push the floor away, coming back up through center. And then this time, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the ceiling, get really tall. It's okay if your shoulders are hiking up. First, focus on just stretching through the arms and getting really long from the palm of the hands all the way down to the sit bones. And then as you exhale, keep the arms straight, but start to slide the shoulder blades down your back so you make some space for the neck. Bend the elbows and bring the backs of your hands behind your head. Inhale, lean back into your hands. Imagine yourself just on the beach lifting your face to the sun. The shoulder blades rotate back. The elbows are staying nice and wide, and you might even feel the warmth on your face. And then as you exhale, we're going to round the spine, drop the head, hug the elbows in, and notice if there's that pause at the end of the exhale where you're bowing inward, connecting with yourself, connecting with what you need in this moment. And then again, inhale, spread the elbows wide, press the head into the back of the hands, and exhale, round the spine. This time you can release your hands, let them come to your thighs. And then on your next inhale, we're just going to roll the head up, come up to a neutral position. And then turn your head so you're looking over your right shoulder as much as possible. You can lift the heart, spread the collarbones a little bit. And then inhale back through center and exhale the other way. We're just gently starting to loosen up the neck. If you're practicing towards the end of the day, it's 5 o'clock here in LA. Some tension has built up in the neck and shoulders over the course of the day. As you breathe, you can just keep going side to side. And one more time each side. And the next time you, on an inhale, get over to the second side, this time drop the chin down, roll one ear to its own shoulder, and then back through center, ear to the opposite shoulder. And just making these little half circles. I find this is sometimes enough to start to release the tension in the neck and shoulders. If you want to make a full neck circle, if you drop your head back, imagine going back over a neck pillow. So it's not dropping straight back. It's like your head has to lift up and drop over that headrest or neck pillow or something like that. And then let's reverse. If you're doing full circles, we'll change the direction. If you're doing half circles, you can just keep going back and forth, one ear to its own shoulder, and then the next ear to its own shoulder. And then coming back through center, just give the shoulders a shrug up and back, and then finding neutral. So we're going to do a little seated cat-cow. Inhale, pull the heart forward. You can lean forward. And as you exhale, round the spine and bow in. And you can hold your knees to keep yourself up. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, bow in. And as you're leaning back, maybe there's that natural pause at the end of the exhale where you can kind of go into the stillness, maybe close your eyes. And then we'll take this into just some torso circles. So as you inhale, pull the heart forward. As you exhale, round the spine back. One more time. Inhale and exhale, round back. And let's change direction. So the next time you're leaning back, you just pull forward in a different way. Making these big torso circles, you might kind of lean into one hip and the opposite hip might pull up. That's totally fine. Just spreading the ribs, moving the torso in all directions. And then coming back through center, reach your hands under your thighs and go ahead and straighten out your legs. It can be a wide V. Point and flex your toes, circle the ankles, anything to just release the back of the knees. And then we're going to bring the legs back and cross the opposite shin in front. And if you have something like a yoga block, this could be helpful. Have one or two blocks where you can easily reach them in front of you. Inhale the arms out to the side, up and overhead. As you reach the top of your inhale, imagine lifting the torso up out of your pelvis. And as you exhale, just hinge forward. Now, here's where the blocks come in. If your head is getting at all close to the floor, you might be able to rest your forehead on a block, and it might take 2 blocks. And if your forehead is not close to any blocks or the floor at all, don't worry about it. Just support yourself with your arms. But if your forehead is able to rest on something, then you can soften the muscles of the neck even more. Spread the back body on the inhale. Drop the chin towards the chest. Round in. Turn inward. Check in with yourself. And as you exhale, just lean into that space and that stillness at the end of the exhale. You can extend this moment as long as you want, especially if your forehead is resting on something. Otherwise, on an inhale, you can start to come up, and then exhale. We're going to walk the fingers over to the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen the right side ribs. Exhale, soften and descend the left side ribs, using the breath to sort of create space in that right side body that's feeling a little crunched right now. On your next inhale, walk through center. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, lift and lengthen the left side body. Exhale, soften and descend the right side body. And then last breath here on your inhale. Come back through center. Again, your head could find that block if you want to stay here for a few minutes. Otherwise, if 10 minutes was all you had, inhale, again, arms wide out to the side, up and overhead. Bring the hands to prayer, and exhale, drawing all that spaciousness, all that stillness, all that peace right to your heart center, where you can take it with you for the rest of the day.